Welcome into this show.
Stop hiding your gifts when nobody knows. Shine your light online, let the whole world see. Another income stream built faithfully. Shine your light, don't dim it down. Your purpose
Shine your light, don't dim your light.
You got skills, you got fire, dreams that never really tire. The bills keep knocking at your door, and time feels shorter
Bills
than
keep
before.
knocking at the
You
door.
feel called for something more, not just surviving anymore. There's a gift inside your hands, waiting for bigger plans. What if your talent wasn't small?
What if you start small that you have?
It's meant to bless us all. What if the feeling you almost hide is the key to your next drive? Turn your God-given talents into something that grows. Stop hiding your gifts when nobody knows.
Stop hiding your gifts. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful song.
Starts online. Long hours, tired eyes, putting dreams on compromise, working hard but feeling stuck, praying for a little luck, missing moments you can't rewind. Peace is hard to find. You weren't creating just to cope. You were built with vision and hope. Digital, simple, built to grow, step by step, so you can flow. No tech stress, no warehouse space, just your gift in the
Welcome.
right
Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if the audio is okay. If I feel like the signal is very low.
Stop hiding and start building.
Stop hiding, start building.
Instead of just surviving, take the first step today. Learn how to launch your digital business and create another income stream with purpose.
It's a weekend, guys, and it's a very beautiful weekend. Let's have another music. Let's have another one. I'm just going to get another. God will change my story.
Wake up before the sunrise, clock in before my soul's alive, working hard just to make ends meet, still praying for a little more peace, miss the bedtime stories and smiles, trying to hold on through every mile. It's something deep inside of me says there's more to life than this routine day, and I feel him whisper softly to me, my child, there's freedom waiting to be. So I'll start small, we start today, trusting God to make a way. No skills, no fear, just faith in me. I know he's changing my story, step by step and day by day, with discipline along the way. I believe what I cannot see. God will change my story. Online business gives me time back, more moments with the ones I lack. Work from home, still get
You're welcome.
build an income, more memories are made. flexibility, more freedom inside, more space to live and love my life. And yes, I'm a helping others rise.
Today I'm going to talk about this. What are those things that can really that makes you to show up in whatever that you do? It could be in your family, it could be. Let me just reduce the volume of this.
So I'll start.
Yes, we are going to talk about what are those things that make you to show up consistently when there is no motivation, or what are those things that keeps you motivated, keeps you to show up in anything. It could be to your job, it could be to your family, it could be to your business. If you have business, what are those things that really keeps you showing up? Because it's not always that there's motivation. Let's be real. There are moments when things, maybe things are not working well, maybe even things are working well, but you don't feel like doing it. What are those things that you keep yourself into as an accountability that gives you the energy to go back and do it over and over and over again? Let us know in the comment section. I have my three that always keeps me going. The first thing that keeps me consistent and keep me to do whatever that I do is that my why I started what I started. My why is very strong in a way that it wakes me up at night until I see that why manifested into reality. It it will not make me just rest or relax, because I wanted to see that dream that I have to be manifested into reality. And I know that there are different ways. There are people, different journeys. There are people who just get whatever they want so fast, and that is their journey. But sometimes some people, you have to try and try and try. But one thing that can always keep you on track is consistency and not giving up. That's a great thing. And that I learned from so many of these successful people. I read some of the books, I watched their motivational speeches. I have watched so many people who are successful in life. So many of them failed so many times until that one moment that they are able to get it right. And that is like in our life, even in our children. As we grow our children, each one of them are different. I have 4 children, and each of them are really different and unique, and I don't handle them all in the same manner. I handle them according to who they are, each one of them. There are those ones who are babyish. There are those ones who they are babies, but they feel they are grown-ups. And they are different and they behave differently, so many of them differently. There are certain values that are standard to me that they have to adhere to, but there are others that they are personal, that I cannot be able to. Oh my God, someone is watching. He says, "My pleasure to meet you. I'm offline for 2 months." Oh, sorry for what happened to you, my brother. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I pray that you get well. Yeah, I pray that everything gets well for you, and then yeah, you'll get to learn more about the business. Today, I'm talking about 3 things. Could be more than 3, but I'm talking about 3 for now, from my own. You can list your own. What are those things that keeps you moving? Those things that keeps you consistent. Sometimes motivation keeps us, gives us the energy, the vibes, but there are moments where the motivation is not there, it's absent. You look for the motivation, you'll not find it. And then in that moment, what will be the one that keeps you moving, keep you to show up, keep you to do what you do? What are those things? Let us know in the comment section, because each one of us are different, and each one of us have different things that keeps us going in our everyday life. Even waking up from your bed, sometimes you feel like not getting up, but there is that one thing that when you think about it, you just get up so fast, just dust out of the bed, and then you get out and then you start doing things. Let us know in the comment section what are the things. Some people may say the bills. the bills you have can wake you up in the middle of the night. There was a lady that was renting one of our house in Yei back in South Sudan. Those ones who are in South Sudan, they know Yei is in the central Equatoria. She rents our house, and that time her husband died, and we live because we lost all our parents, and we let her be in the house. We have other houses in rent, and then she was the one managing all those ones who are renting. And then she has a part of our house, of the plot that there are not buildings in, and she plants the vegetables, those like sukuma wiki, okra, those small vegetables that she can use on daily basis. And then she told us one day that she borrowed 100,000 Ugandan cedis. That time South Sudan was yet using Ugandan currency. It was called lakh white. 100,000 Ugandan cedis was called Lucky Wahid. So so she borrowed that Lucky Wahid there from someone else. And she is this kind of person who is not used to borrowing money. And she's after borrowing the money, she used for whatever that she was using. And then after that, she was thinking of how she's going to pay that money. And then she says that that money wakes her up in the middle of the night and wake her up with that, Abuba, Abuba, do you know that I am 1 lakh and 1 lakh wahid? It's about Ghana lakh wahid. So she just kept being waken up in the morning, in the middle of the night, because of what she borrowed. She was thinking of how she was going to pay it. So I know so many people can relate to this. Now, maybe you took a loan for a car, maybe a house, maybe some loans for a business, maybe something, and you're thinking of ways on how you can pay that fast so you can be free, or maybe how you can finish paying that. It is. Yes, you're welcome. You can share your discussion on the comment section. Bring your comments up. Let me be part of your discussion next time. Yes, sure. I will. I'll bring you in next of my discussion. I'll bring you up. I'll send you the link, and then I haven't. But that one is for women. But you can share. I have a women empowerment conference coming up on the 8th of March, just coming up. And yeah, next time I will invite you. Sure, I'll invite you for this discussion. So this lady, she could tell us every morning, and she says that, did you know that this money that I borrowed wakes me up in the middle of the night? The money has no mouth, the money has no voice, but her thoughts, she was just thinking how she could pay that money. That thing really, it really taught me a big lesson that borrowing money, we borrow money. It's good to borrow when you're going to do something. We borrow also because we don't have, but we need some necessities in life. But the guilt of that money, how you're going to finish paying it. Sometimes others are for 30 years, 20 years. Now you're thinking of yourself. Sometimes your health is deteriorating, and you're thinking, how am I going to finish this payment? A lot of things, scenarios goes in our lives. So sometimes our bills wakes us up in the middle of the night, or maybe even if we don't feel like it becomes like a motivation. You don't feel like going for work, and then you remember, oh my god, this bills, how am I going to finish it? Maybe after a week they're deducting. So if there's nothing in the bank account, it will be very difficult. So you want to get up because you want to go and do what you do because there is a bill to pay. Yeah, let us know what is that one thing that keeps you consistent to do whatever that you do when motivation is not there, because motivation is temporary. Motivation is just by emotions. When we are happy, and then things become, we think, yeah, just do, yes, 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 you're very happy, excited, but there's this moment when that feeling is not there. So what is that thing that keeps you moving? I was sharing my story, my own motivation. My own motivation is my why I started what I started is always I reflect back on why did I start. And if I feel like not doing, like even in my business, there are moments that I don't feel like doing it. There are moments when I don't feel like just doing live stream or creating a post or what. But when I remember my why did I start? I have three main reasons why I started this business, and these are the things that keeps me always motivated. My why is my children. My why is my future. I want to live a life that is not what I lived. I want my children to experience a life that is not what I went through, because what I went through is a life that I don't want anyone to experience it. It's not a good one. But it brought me to where I am. It gave me the courage, it gave me the determination, it brought me to the woman who I am today. But there's so many things that are not good in that. So I wanted to rewrite that story. My children, I wanted to have more time with them, I wanted to have income, I wanted to travel the world. So that is my why. My retirement, I don't want to retire when I regret what I did not do, or I regret why I did not do that, or what I didn't do. I want to retire when I have exhausted all that is in me. So that is my why, my first why. My second why is about the impact that I desire. I am so passionate to help people. I want to help myself so that I can be able to help other people succeed, more especially to creating this flexible lifestyle with the help of the internet, that every one of us, most people now have internet in their houses. So giving just information on how you can be able to benefit from the internet you have by doing something that is so important, having sharing skills that you can be able to learn online and be able to impact lives. It's one of the greatest things that I really desire, because this it's like one of my calling is to serve. I love serving. I have been serving right when I was still a child in the church. I served in the community. I served in different places. I served in different places in my career. I served. So I loved to serve and I love to work so much. It's just in my DNA that if I'm given something to do, if I have the skills of doing it, I will do it to my best of capacity that I can. And if I don't have, I will try my best to learn, or maybe to ask someone so I can be able to do whatever that I need to do in impactful. I don't want to do something in a way that doesn't bring change. And my third why is the flexibility. The flexibility that this digital space can be able to bring, and not only to myself, that I can be able to impact people. I'm creating this. I have a conference that is coming up on on the 8th of March, and in that conference is going to set up something that is the best as setting up something that can be able to help a lot of people with these basic skills, for these basic digital skills. Like I have within my journey of my digital journey with interacting with different people. There are many people that I find that have businesses, but they don't know how to market their business. They don't know how to show their business to be seen. So I learned I learned in my career. I also did some courses on digital marketing. So I'm going to share some courses on how to be able to create some simple skills like creating a business page, how to create, and if you wanted to make an ad, how to do you create an ad, those just basic skills that you need to have. And also we have Rise into Your Purpose. Rise into Your Purpose is a platform where allow women to grow, not only spiritually but also financially and physically, in all aspects of life. Because being a Christian does not mean that you are limited to other things, like having skills like digital skills are very common nowadays. So many things happen online, like creating meetings. Sometimes you have a bigger dream that needed that small skill for it to show up. But if you don't know that small scale, sometimes it limits that bigger thing to come up. So in that conference, there are also some courses that we're going to create, some small mini courses that can be able to help you be able to scale up. So that is some of the things that really help me to stay motivated, to stay on track, is my desire is something that I'm so passionate about to be doing, like coming live to inspire people, to encourage. I come live to speak. Sometimes I just record myself and share, and that is something I developed. I was not like this, but I developed after a certain time because I was not this talkative person. I've been so quiet for a very long time, but I had a lot of inspiration in me that changed my own life. So I think if I share it to the world, it will also be able to help other people's lives. So these are some of the three things that keeps me consistent when motivation is not there. Yeah, I know there are so many things that keeps us motivated. Sometimes our children, when you see them, you say, "Oh my God, I'm not going to sleep again. I am going to go for work because my children have to go to school. They need school fees. They need this. They need that, and the only way for me to get that money is to go for work or maybe to go and do that business." You know, those are some of the things that keeps us motivated on a daily basis. When we rely on motivation can lie us. It's not stable, but being self-disciplined consistently, I just say self-discipline, but consistency is more of self-discipline. I just started a walking journey. I started walking in the morning. This journey just started. Today was the sixth day. I started it some time back, but I was consistent for 1 month. I was not recording, but I fell off track. I missed for one day. That one day grew to 2 days, 3 days, and then I did not know how to get back again. And I failed for very long. I did not start. So just some 5 days, 6 days ago, I was really inspired by someone was talking online about health journey. Yet I was thinking about how I could get back. I was looking for someone who could do it together, but I couldn't find that person. So I was really in my heart, how can I get back to my journey? And then I got that lady was talking about health journey, and then I just jumped in. I showed up, and then I shared my story. I started doing exercise, but I fell off. Now I don't know how I can be able to get back. And then they started giving me tips. Just keep doing, and those tips that they told me, things that I know. Sometimes you know the things, but you just need to be reminded again. Those same things that and I found I fell victim of that, because sometimes I go and do a course of things even that I can lecture better than that person, but because I just need to be reminded. Sometimes we need to be reminded. So when I was reminded, those ladies told me, wake up in the morning, take hot water, drink hot water, don't eat late in the evening. There are certain things that I really do not know before. Like they said, don't eat portion. And this is something that I really love so much. That portion can make you grow, because one of my challenge was to reduce my belly. It was big, and then also to reduce my weight. That was one of my biggest challenge. I tried to reduce for some time, and then I fell back. But I fell back. And then I just said, okay, I am starting this journey today, that very day. And then that evening, it was already late. I never ate dinner because it was already late. Because normally I would eat dinner late, and that was one of my weakness. So I could eat dinner late, and digestion couldn't take place so fast. So that day I say, okay, I'm going to self-discipline myself. No dinner in this evening. I'm going to take hot water and sleep. Hunger was very hot on me that evening. I was so hungry, but I just pretended I would never pay attention to it, and I slept the whole night. In the morning, I woke up, and then I started walking. I did my walking journey for about more than 30 minutes. I walked, and then the following day I did like 30 minutes, and then that day I did more than that. The fourth day I did, within 5 days, I lost about more than 3 kilos. More than 3 kilos that I lost. Today I did not weigh myself, but yesterday, before I started, I was 98. And yesterday, when I weighed myself, I was 94 point something. 94 point something, but before was 98 point something, almost 99. And that was the difficult weight. I brought that to myself. But guess what happened? That consistency that I just put myself in self-discipline. There was a day that I woke up at 6, and 6 is already coming late to me because I have children to prepare them to go to school. And I was thinking and myself, should I go for this walk, or just rest, and I will do prepare the children to school. And then I was debating between myself, and I said, no, I have to go. Even if for 10 minutes I go. That day I walked for like 28 minutes, and then I came back. I came back in time, prepared the children in school, and then I went back. You know what kept me motivated was my goal. My goal kept me motivated, and that helped me to gain, to lessen the weight, and it is going. I pray that God give me the strength not to fall off. And yeah, this one thing, that if you have the vision, you have the vision of who you want to be, you already have the picture. Each and every one of us have a vision. We have. And sometimes we forget it, but it keeps coming to our mind now and then. But we think we are not capable. We think we are not enough. We think we don't have. We think it's just our thought. Every vision given to each one of us is given to us by God, and He gave us for a purpose. So, my vision is one of the things that keeps me consistent, because I know where I am going. I know where God is going to lead me, where this is going to end. I know it. I know it. And that's why it keeps me consistent. Even if I am not motivated, the vibes are not there, I just come up. I just show up. I just show up. I show up because the vision, I know I wrote it down. Habakkuk 2, 3 says that write down the vision, because in due time it will show up. It will show up. And there are moments where that moment when the vision didn't show up, it needs that self-discipline. It needs that consistency. It needs that, commitment. And that's where we fail many times. That's where we didn't achieve so many things, because at that moment when it did not show up, we thought that, oh, it was just my thought, it's a failure, it's not working. No, 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 no. God has His different plan. When He gives you something, He gives you everything that you need. But sometimes for us to really know that this one is only God that can help me, is He takes us through the fire. He takes us through the fire. But even after the fire, you will not smell like the smoke of the fire. So keep up. Don't lose hope. Don't ever give up on anything that you do. I don't know whatever that you're doing, but just keep up. I know there are so many people who have different businesses. There are people who sell. I've been interacting with people, and some of them are selling clothes. Some of them are selling, for those ones who are in Australia, some of them are selling African things like weka. Um, and those things here are very expensive, by the way, and selling clothes, selling so many other things. But the challenge comes when some people take and they don't pay. And now, when the moment when you need your money, they will call you all names. You are a bad person. And that discourages so many people. That discourage them from doing their business. That discourage them from reaching their dream, discourage them from reaching that vision that God had showed them. Sometimes we should not be the reason why someone is giving up on the assignment that God has given them. Because whatever that you do, it is an assignment from God. Whether it is planting hair, whether it is selling clothes, whether it is digital business, whether it is cooking, whether it is whatever kind of thing, showing clothes, showing tablecloths, whatever. It is a vision, and it's a ministry that God has given you. Now, you as a customer who you come and you just take and you don't pay, and this person gives up, know that God will also judge you for that. Don't be a reason that someone give up something because of you. Because let there be their own weakness. Maybe their motivation went off, and no, they will be inspired. That's why there are people who come live to just share inspiration. Even if you just hear one word, you just go by it. A word is a seed. The word of God doesn't just fall on the ground and remain empty. It accomplishes its purpose, why it has been sent. So in doing something consistently, yes, it desires our self discipline, how we can discipline ourselves, but there are moments when also other factors outside of us affect whatever that we do. Like people borrow and they don't pay back, sometimes inflation, sometimes the facilities are not enough, sometimes the capital is not there. There's so many things. But one thing that I know, there's just this one thing that I know that without doubt, that has been a key in my whole life is that there's it doesn't matter who you know, it doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter who you are, your story, even if it's the last person. That vision that God has given you, it will come to reality if you just let it, write it down and let it in the hands of God. Because He says, write the vision down, because in due time it will speak. And that one thing that no one can explain is done only by God, and He alone can do it. Just hold on to it. Hold on to that. Sometimes keeping ourselves consistent is not by doing something. How we think, what we think. What did I today, like for myself today, did I charge myself to just be thinking something positive, or I went back thinking about how I am failing, how things are not working well for me, how I didn't get this right, that can really take us way back. But when we think of how the blessing is going to come, how great God is, how am I going to express my joy at that moment, it will bring us closer and closer, and also gives us the when there's action to do, you can be able to do it with a heart of joy. And also you can be able to do it knowing, yes, this is the roadmap where I'm going. So it is not about just doing, but also what we think. What we think in our hearts, what we think in our mind matters a lot. In our everyday life, it matters a lot. Sometimes you cannot stop the thoughts because they just come, but you can be able to interrupt them. You can be able to interrupt any negative thoughts that come in your mind. You can be able to interrupt maybe through music, maybe through doing something, maybe thinking about something, maybe doing something different, maybe doing exercise, maybe talking to someone, a lot of ways, whatever way that God gives you and at your convenience to interrupt that, or maybe giving a call to someone. Just do that, because that will help you a lot. I know we are living in a world where there are so many things happening. There's so much happening that our mind is like, someone was there was an ad for a lady. She was saying that, sometimes our mind is just like, different pages that are open on a browser. So many things, different pages. Now on my browser I have so many pages open, not one, not two. And that's sometimes how our mind is. But when we rely on God and also see how God is going to change our story, things will happen. Today I'm not talking about business. Today is inspiration. So I am so, so, so much thankful for today. I am so thankful for my three things that inspires me is my why, my passion to impact lives, and my vision. These are three things. My vision is very, very, very clear. It's very clear to me that nothing can really shake it. Nothing can shake it. It's very, very clear. So I am so grateful that God keeps reminding me. Sometimes it just keeps reminding me about my vision, how I saw it, how I saw myself. And that gives me the motivation. Even if I feel like I should not do it, I feel lazy, I feel like not getting out of bed, and then it's like a movie. Just my vision just show up just like that, and then I say, no, I'm not sleeping anymore. I'm getting up. So get up and do something. My why is my family, my children. I really wanted to rewrite my story. I want to change my story. And that really gives me a strong motivation. It gives me a strong way to stay consistent. And then my desire to impact lives is my heart for service. Is the one that really can nothing can take it that away from me. So that's why I'm creating this Rise into Your Purpose. It has been birthright in this 21st of June 2025, the Rise into Your Purpose. So this year I'm going to be focusing more, starting in March. I'm going to be focusing also more on that rise into your purpose and creating some things that can be able to change a lot of lives. So I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you for being here for this moment. Let us know in the comment section, what are those 3 things that keeps you consistent when motivation drips out? Let us know in the comment section, because that will help someone else out there. God bless you. Have a beautiful time. Bye.